top layer and fade the second layer. Come coat the whole of the cake. Come coat the sides and the top of your cake. Smooth every corner around. Use your measuring tape to measure. Knead the color in your fondant. I'm using acabado. Roll out your fondant to make a strip. Use your measuring tape to measure. While doing paneling method, measure the heights. Place the round fondant on top of your cake. Flip it over and wrap the cake. Wrap the fondant. Wrap the cake with the fondant. Smoothing it as you go, then you trim the excess off. Flip it over again, smooth it around, then come coat the second cake. Knead your fondant, always knead your fondant. Roll it out and cover the cake. Smooth it with your smoother as you go. Use your hand to create sharp edge. Create the sharp edge, smooth. Trim away the excess. Using color again, knead your color in your fondant. Roll out a strip to cover the cake board. I'm using the pasta machine here, as you can see. It's very easy to use. Wet your cake board and lay your fondant on the board. Mash up the two ends and cut off two excess pieces, leaving a neat joint on your fondant. Use your hand to mash it very well. Then trim the excess from around the bottom of the board. And with a marker, a usable marker, draw the pattern that you see. You can print a template for it to guide you. You can print a template. There is no regular way of doing this. You just have to follow the flow of the fabric. Then you steam the cake. If you don't have steamer at home, you just have to be careful when you are rolling your fondant. Don't use too much corn flour or icing sugar to roll, so it won't be too white. Roll out another strip and use impression mats to press on the fondant. Cut away the excess. We are going to make the color of the shirt. And you can see what I'm doing here. I didn't use a template, so if you are very good in artwork, you don't have to use a template. Remember to cut a V shape to place on the fondant before adding the yellow. I didn't film that part, so you just have to do it. It's very easy to do. Then you stitch with your embosser, your stitching wheel. Stitch it. Need your fondant again. Add extra CMC and knead it through. Roll it out to make a strip. We're going to do the collar of the shirt. This shirt is for a guy for the cake. Creativity meets fashion. This cake actually is for a competition in Lagos, but I was evicted. I was really sick when I was doing this video, but I was evicted, so maybe it's next year, or I don't know if I'm going for the competition any other time. But I was sick when I was doing this, so I was really out of options. You can steam any part that is filled with icing sugar, steam it. I'm making the eyeglass, as you can see. You can just browse eyeglass on Google and do what you want to do. Any type you want, you can do it using Floris as a guide to help you. The Floris will help you to hold the eyeglass in place. On the competition, I was told when I was evicted, I was told that I have the highest score on finishing and team presenting, but I wasn't good on impression, so